I've realized that most people don't stay stuck because they're incapable. They stay stuck because of the way they think, hesitate, and simply how they approach things long term. And so, guys, I just want to share from experience why I think most people stay stuck. You see, guys, a lot of people spend years, including myself, spend years thinking, planning instead of doing. They spend time over planning things. They are waiting to feel ready, or just the fear of simply getting started. And I will just share some of my experience as well, and including people who I know who try to attempt to start, for example, YouTube, which is the type of business I run for myself. I've spent years trying to think how I can start YouTube, what niche I should get started in, the type of gears that I will need, if I will have the money to get started, because I need a new good mic that will make me sound good on YouTube. I need that perfect camera so that I can look like the other YouTubers who have this amazing quality, ideas, so many things. And of course, after all of that planning, I got hit by the fear of what others may think about me. And I know so many people who have that fear. If I will go on camera, if I would start making videos, what people around me, my friends or other people who know my relatives, people who know me, what they will think about me. All of those things just start to come down on you. What my colleagues may think if they find out that I'm making videos. All of those different things, guys, drive fear into you. So when it's not over planning or why are waiting to feel like yes, I'm ready to do this, is the fear that keeps you from starting. Another thing, and I'm gonna draw from my experience. Another thing is wanting results too fast, being impatient. And I'm gonna draw from my own experience. People want results too quickly. They see other people achieving the success and they think, okay, if I just get started, if I start to do this, I should start to get some results. And they set up this false expectations without any experience knowing what it truly takes, how long it will really takes to achieve success. And they stop this false expectation. And when it doesn't work, quickly they get disappointed and they quit. This is one of the things that I've been struggling with for many years. I've tried so many things and I want to get results quickly. And if it doesn't work, I become impatient and start to think about something else. I have struggled with this for many, many years. And I'm going to be absolutely honest. Even until today, even until this day, I still struggle with being impatient. When I start to see patterns, I start to kind of predict what's going to happen. And when it doesn't happen in a certain time, I start to wonder if something is wrong, why this is happening. Maybe I'm starting to doubt myself again if I'm doing things the right way. It happens. It happens to even the most experienced and the most successful person out there who is doing anything. There are times when doubts creep in, but you have to learn how to manage this. And this is one of the things that keep people stuck from getting started or continuing doing what they're doing, especially in this business of being a content creator and creating YouTube and creating your YouTube channel. And that leads me into the next thing, which is constant distraction. This is something that literally keeps me down for years. And this is why I've gotten this tattoo. I don't know if you're able to see it, maybe not, but I have this tattoo on my arm, which written non-drifter. And I've gotten that to remind myself that I need to stick with something long enough for me to see the results. You see, guys, a lot of people never stay focused long enough on one thing for it to become successful. They keep switching up their goals, jumping from one thing to the next, trying to follow trends, and basically having this shiny object syndrome. And YouTube is a typical example of that. You start your YouTube channel and you, yeah, you all pumped up that this is going to work. And you're in this one niche, but you see someone else is crushing it in another niche. And you think, oh, let me go jump into that. Maybe let me do this. Maybe let me do that. And some people even do this on their own channel. Yeah, they're staying consistent on YouTube. But they start to record all different type of videos and not realizing that they're confusing who their ideal audience is and what they're trying to achieve, what they're trying to build on YouTube. And so they change up their content. This month they record this. Next week they see that next video is trending and they record it. And nobody really knows what their channel is about. YouTube don't even knows what their channel is about. And of course, that's why they can't grow, because there's no consistency in what they're trying to do. They hope that their channel will blow up for something. But you have to understand that in order to actually grow on YouTube, you have to, people call it niche, but you have to create videos for a certain audience, and the algorithm will know who to feed your videos to, and you will attract the right audience. That's how you will grow your YouTube channel. So yeah, this is one of the things that literally keep people stuck, because of constantly changing up their goals and not sticking at one thing and being consistent with it over time for it to succeed. Another thing is really fear of judgment. Care too much about what other people may think. And I am a typical example for that with this channel. When I started out my tutorial channel, I started showing my face. And I'm gonna be honest, guys. There were so many times when I wanted to make a video, but I didn't have the perfect. My ear cut wasn't enough, or I have some pimple on my face, and I'm wondering, okay, what my audience is gonna think, what people are gonna think if they watch the video. Even this personal channel today, it took me years to make this channel because I felt like I wasn't earning enough money to say how much I'm successful on YouTube. I don't have this big house and this fancy car to show my audience. All of these different things cross my mind. What people are gonna think when they start to make, when they start to see me make videos. Or what people are gonna think, oh, my video, my quality of video is not gonna be as amazing as other creators. Yes, give thanks, I have a decent camera now, but can you imagine if I didn't continue on my YouTube channel when I just started? Yes, I eventually stopped showing my face on my tutorial channel, but it wasn't because I worry about how I look. It was purely about convenience. It was mostly about me living in a 2KK apartment with a newborn child, didn't have a specific space for my own setup with just my laptop on the dining table, and knowing that this was never going to work. Know that I had to capitalize on every moment that count to make a few videos, and it is not going to always be something where I can set up my face. After all, I'm in the living room, I'm on the dining table where we dine, and we also have a newborn baby. So I have to just work with what I can, and that was just to make faceless tutorial videos, which I could just take my laptop wherever I can and screen record something using whatever I have around me. And that was only the reason why I stopped showing my face. It worked, and I stick with it. I realized that I didn't necessarily have to show my face. I can make even more videos of, I could double, triple my output if I use this method, and that's why I stick with it. But I'm telling you, one of the biggest fear is worry about what people think. You worry about what people around you will think about you. And yeah, it is actually not comfortable putting yourself out there for others to see on a camera. Take this channel myself. At this current moment, I just have what, 44 subscribers? I don't know who is going to see this video. And Honestly, not knowing who will stumble upon this video sometimes can be a little bit discomfort because you don't know what people are going to think or say. But having this in your mind can really hinder you and keep you stuck from progressing from starting your channel or basically doing anything. And I will tell you one more thing. And this is really interesting. You know, for me, for a long time, I never liked my voice. I never like how I sound when I speak and hear myself back on any recordings or video. I just never felt comfortable. And I'm telling you guys, this is after recording thousands of videos and starting to see people finding whatever I'm doing useful, that they write some good comments or, oh, this tutorial saved my life or whatever. And me hearing my voice over and over again, thousands of videos, that's when I become comfortable just hearing myself. And so some people may struggle with hearing themselves on a video because they're not used to this, hearing it often. And that can really just kind of make you feel uncomfortable, make you just don't want to do this. Another thing is comfort can really, really become dangerous. And what I mean by this is that when you have your routine, your life working the way it is, sometimes it can make you fear, don't want to have change, don't want to change up the way things is in your life, and you just don't want to change anything. You fear and you just don't want change. So you're comfortable with the way life is, with how life is, maybe your income, whatever it is, you're just comfortable with how things are and you just don't want to make any changes to it. Why? Why should you if you don't have to? And so some people, this can really creep up on you for years, especially when you have your life, your routine, everything is just the way it is, and you just don't want to interrupt it with anything new. This can keep you stuck from achieving your dreams or to start your YouTube journey or whatever it is. This can really keep you stuck. And so, guys, many people just avoid the discomfort by just staying in their comfort zone and just let it be. And so, guys, I just want to say if there's one thing I would say I continue to learn, I have learned this since starting on YouTube back in 2023 consistently until now, is that progress comes through continuing even when you feel discomfort. Just have to stay consistent and continue because that's where progress come from. And this is really where your experience shines from. So don't give up. No matter how discomfort it may feel, no matter how you may think that you want to have the perfect video, just get started. Just do it. And so, guys, most people don't need more information. Most people don't need perfection. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to start. You don't need to continuously gather in more and more and more information, planning and planning and planning and overthinking, because that will just lead you into a wall where you would just not get started. You will be consumed too much planning, too much information and planning, and then you just feel overwhelmed and you just don't get started. On top of all of these other things that can hinder you from start. All you just have to do is get started with what you have, be patient and be consistent, even when things is not perfect. Even when you are not making the perfect video, you don't have the perfect camera, the perfect audio, the perfect ideas, just get started with what you have and be consistent. And over time, you will see results and there's no way you can fail. They said that if you persist, you shall succeed. If you don't give up, you will achieve success. It doesn't have to be a success of the highest level, but you will achieve some level of success. And most of the time, it's much better than what you can even imagine. So stay focused and persist.